everyone, welcome back to Chaos Corner. So I know this one's overdue. I'm pretty sure this one's overdue. I don't think I uploaded last week. I don't remember. Anyway, so I did not do a vlog previously. I don't remember if I did one last week or not. I know I didn't for a couple of weeks because, frankly, when I sat down to record, I was ready to cry the second time. The first time I tried to record 4 different times and it didn't work. As in, the tech had a tantrum, so I gave up. It's been a very frustrating month. We got back from the beach, and the beach was worth it. Don't get me wrong, that was fantastic. Everyone had a blast. Everyone physically overdid it and had to recover for a week. That would be when I got sick, because, yeah, recovering for a week, I definitely overdid it. No regrets, but that week sucked. Everyone was, fume, we're done. We had to rest and recoup. But when we got home, car stopped working, washer stopped working, oven stopped working. Yeah. So we worked around the oven. We had a toaster oven at the time. That's dead now, too. But that's because we killed it. We worked that sucker to its grave because the oven's out. And I'm feeding 6 people, okay? We've been eating stuff on the stove since. Like, the stove still works. The oven part's broken. This isn't really a problem until mid-October when I'm... Mid-November. Sorry, mid-November. Why? Wow, the makeup went all the way up into my hair. Mid-November is when I have to start baking pies for Pie Day. We're talking 10 pies. If we had not killed the toaster oven before then, we were gonna in November. 10 pies for my household. That doesn't count the 3 or 4 I need to take to my mother's house. So yeah, that oven has to get fixed. We tried fixing it ourselves twice. We can't do it. We will come back around to that in a bit. But yeah, week 1, oven's out. We're eating off the stove and out of the toaster oven. We're okay. Washer's out. So, the first problem with the washer did get fixed properly. Let us not forget this. When we came back, it wouldn't even turn on. See, the week I was packing for the beach, it's all over my desk. Okay, look, I put on makeup, tried to put on makeup, basics, I don't feel great, before stream, and when I pressed down on this thing, it was clogged. So it shoots into the air. No, it's not actually on the ceiling. Oh, thank God. Shoots into the air and comes down apparently everywhere. It's in my hair. It's on my desk. What the bloody... Okay. Right. We're just going to pretend that's not there. I'm going to pretend that's not there. Washer wouldn't turn on at all because we had a power surge and 3 different blackouts. One of which was an 8-hour ordeal. Minimum. Like, it went out early in the morning. Did not come back on until I was heading out the door to go buy something to feed people. At 6:30 that night. And it was out all day. And after that, this was the week I was preparing for the beach. So I missed a lot of issues that may have happened. But we had several small electronics die in that surge. This was the clue. And then the washer would not turn on again. Now, I didn't realize this at the time because I was done washing shit. That was it. I think I noticed that it was not spinning out properly the night before we left for the beach. Something wasn't working. I didn't have time to give a flipping crap. So we come back from the beach and it's not turning on. It will turn on for a minute and a half and then it turns back off. Power surge screwed something up. So they actually had to replace the control board to find out that anything else was wrong because it wouldn't stay turned on long enough to find out. So they fixed that, and then I go to run the machine. It won't run. We are now on week 2 after the beach. It won't work. Like, it's running, but it will not spin out. So I have to call them back, have them come back out again, because this is a whole new problem we couldn't find until they had fixed the first problem. The first repair got done. That is not on anyone as a fault. There was a different problem we couldn't find until we fixed the first one. During week 2, we find out a rat has chewed through a pipe under my... We had done a ghetto fix. And by that I mean we got the cheap, temporary pipe to put under the sink to fix a repair. We didn't realize a rodent was going to chew through the damn thing for water. Well, he did. So week 2, I now have a sink out. And then we learned that the dog's electronic fence is also out. Fun times. Fortunately, no one's called animal control on the stupid animal yet. Not that she won't earn it if she's given the chance. What else broke? No, nothing else in week 2. When the car would not start, this was week 2, it was a battery problem. We had been intending to go trade the car in anyway because the payments are too high and we have to have a vehicle. So he was going to go find something, preferably without payments, but anything cheaper was going to be an improvement. And we could not, because this thing had all the electronic bells and whistles, you could only get in the driver's side door because all of the locks were electronic to a key fob. So I could not actually fix jack shite about this problem on the vehicle because everything shut down when the battery drained. Now, Svava, God love her, brought us her car jumpy thingy. I know that's not what it's called. That's what I'm getting right now. To charge and jump the vehicle so that we could get the medication I needed to pick up or whatever it was at the moment that I was trying to take care of. And then she was going to come the next day to follow Dawn up to a de-written husband, other guy, adult in the house, to a car dealership to trade the vehicle in. So he went up there, he sold the car because he got more back than we owed on it. He made arrangements to purchase the church van. They've been trying to sell this thing for years. Didn't have a buyer interested. When they did get a buyer interested, they were going to have to go get it repaired because someone had stolen the catalytic converter out of it, which is why we don't actually have a vehicle right now, because they didn't bother getting that fixed until they found a buyer, because it was just going to be stolen again. So they had to go through their insurance to make sure the part was covered, yada yada, get it to a mechanic, order a part. They're waiting for the part to come in and then they're going to put it in. But it's our church. We know them. They know us. They said, you give us this amount of money, it's yours. They will get it fixed and they will get it to us. We know that. It's just a time problem right now. In the meantime, I had to pick up a piece of medical equipment yesterday, so I made arrangements with my mother to borrow her truck to do that if we didn't have the van by then, yesterday. Whatever. Washer repair guy comes out, tells me this is the problem. We'll have someone come out to fix it next week. Fine. Svava washes some laundry for me. Yes. Love Svava to death at this point. Like, I loved her anyway, but saving bacon and nudity calls so bad. But I can order, I can have groceries ordered. We weren't out of medications yet. I can't have the medications delivered. I tried. Like, I can get vitamins and shit delivered, but the prescriptions will not deliver to my address. So, we weren't out of medication. We can get food delivered. We're okay, right? He works from home. I do this crap for a living, Twitch in this, so we're good. Week 3. Week 3 was a... Right. So these issues have been, we've got backup plans in place. Toaster oven dies. Just, pew, we're done. I managed to save dinner that night. I don't remember how. I don't even remember what the hell I was trying to cook. I used the stove. I know that. It's the only thing that worked. Toaster oven dies. The car still isn't back, which is fine. We've got arrangements in place. No big deal. Washer repair guy comes in. Different repair guy. Tells me, they didn't mark this down as a 2-person job. This is a 2-person job. Tells me he'll be back in a couple days with somebody else in tow. This guy's actually trying to fix my damn washing machine. Keep in mind, we are going through a warranty company. It is under extended warranty. That's why this is taking so long, among other things. But we aren't paying for these repairs, okay? We have a warranty in place. And then we start in on paperwork that has to be done to work out some of these income issues and children's care issues. We applied for this shit 6 months ago. The stuff that we could. Some of it we could not apply for until the pay was actually cut further at the end of August. Both of these places have a backlog going. We're bitching at the one that's taking over 6 months. Both because it's taking 6 months, but also because they can't actually tell us what's up, what's going on, what's wrong. I've been told to call back at a certain point in time 4 times now. And all 4 times I am told something that in the end we find out our account hasn't even been assigned to somebody yet. So I went off the rails at people on the phone, politely, because the people I was actually talking to weren't at fault for this. They send me up to the department that's actually supposed to be handling the account at this point. They're the ones that tell me it's not been assigned. And after a nice, impressive chewing about, we can't afford for this to take another 30 days. You are 3 months late. Figure it out. They told me to call back Monday. It should have been assigned to somebody like this last Monday. It's been assigned. They sent me paperwork. We're actually getting somewhere now. Still not giving them any more of my patience because they burned it all. The other people have told us straight up front, I'm sorry, you can call back at this time, but we may not have it done yet. We probably won't have it done yet. Here's why. Here's what's going on. Here's what step we're on. We are so sorry, we're trying. And they're the ones that we didn't apply for until the end of August. So that's the other people we applied for in friggin' May. So we're getting paperwork done there. I have another person, institution I have to call about a different problem with the finances and crap for the mortgage and all that, because yeah, we're not making as much as we should be right now. And we're working on it. And they're working with us. This is not... They just keep asking me for paperwork, and I have sent them paperwork. And they keep telling me, we just need this 1 or 2 other things. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call you people, and you're going to give me one last answer. My patience is gone. Anyway, week 4 comes. We are in week 4, I believe, now. No, we're in week 5. Week 4, we sit down, we start chewing on these people. This is when we tried to fix the oven and failed aggressively. I managed to fix 2 sinks. He ordered parts for the kitchen sink, which was the one that was leaking so bad. And we did finally get that fixed. The 12-year-old actually got to help with that, which was impressive. I fixed the bathroom sink that has been a slow drain for over a year now. We knew something got down in the pipe, but every time I went to fix that sink, I found yet another way the previous maintenance guy, because this used to be a rental property, it's not anymore, we own it, had cut corners to screw things up. And I kept losing patience with stupidity and having to wait to fix that. Well, I eventually fixed it. We have now super glued a drain strainer into that drain because a lot of crap in there that some of it probably was the adult's fault because this is a bowl and it goes straight down the drain. It's a giant freaking funnel. But that little fidget toy was not. That we didn't do that. That was deliberate. And the boy was more than peeved that we fixed that because I found him having a tantrum trying to force my bobby pins down that drain multiple times this week. That's been fun. We did manage to get 2 things fixed. And my husband got a polite chewing from our pastor when he went to church because my mom loaned us her truck. My mom has asked, how's things going? All this fun crap. My mom works at the church. And let me be clear, my pastor has been the associate pastor or pastor of my church since I started going to church here when I was 14 or 15. So yeah, they know us really, really well. So Mom, told him what happened, and my husband got a polite chewing about not telling people, communicating that this much had been going wrong. So we may not be fixing the oven. We may be having a used one delivered because when Mark says we're going to handle this, he does not joke. Okay, that's not a game. He will fix something if it's even in his power. And the washer's still a problem. End of week 4, this guy came back, said, okay, we're going to try and keep in mind this. We're dealing with the guy who's trying to actually fix this properly. He came back to do this repair. He walks in and goes, something doesn't sound right. I don't think that's what's actually wrong with your machine. He spends the entirety of his 45-minute stop at our house testing all the pieces that could be causing the problem, on the phone with his tech support, scheduling something new, ordering a part, all of this crap to make sure this gets fixed. And he comes out and tells me that's not what's wrong with it. It's a different part, to the best of our ability to figure out. At this point, he either knows how to fix it or they're going to have to replace it. Like, this isn't even just me being a bitch about this. They're running out of things to replace. So they're supposed to come back out Friday to fix the washer. Don't know what's going to happen with the oven. I don't care. We have a working stove. Whatever. I need the oven fixed by the middle of November. That's holiday baking's a thing. And Mom lent us her truck so that we could pick up the piece of medical equipment. I took care of that yesterday. I also took care of, while I had Mom's truck, picking up the prescriptions that I could not have delivered. And delivering some more laundry to my sister-in-law. Thank you, Svava. I love you. And picking it back up so that my children are not running around naked until the repair, or if the repair fails again. But yeah, we've got 2 sinks fixed. The oven will be handled. A lot of stress came down as soon as that standing frame got in the house. Like, the kid's actually standing in it now with his computer sitting in front of him on a train. He's having a ball. A tray, not train. He thinks he's a transformer. That's what he called it. He's going to be like a transformer standing in this piece of equipment. I'm like, whatever makes it less of a nightmare for you than it is for me. Go to town. I don't care if he wants to cover that thing with friggin' hot pink glitter nail polish to make it more worth it. Go for it. If it's less traumatizing for him than it is for me, it's a win. But yeah, that's where we're at with life. The car, the washer, the medical, all of that. A lot of the stress tapered off with, no, this is going to get fixed for you whether you like it or not, and having the medical equipment and the prescriptions in the house. Those last 2 were really the problem. I can get groceries delivered. Like, I couldn't before 2020, but I can now. I've even got options. The biggest problem I've had ordering groceries so far is I ordered pie pumpkins, and the guy that did my shopping did not know the difference between pumpkins and pie pumpkins. So I actually had to go pick some of those up with my mother's truck, because I'm not failing for a 3rd year in a row. We actually make the pies from scratch. I should be able to video that. The problem is the oven does have to get fixed before I can do pie pumpkins. So that video is a little, it's waiting, but it will get done. Where we're at project-wise, Twitch, I need to get better with the social media aspects of all of this. I'm going to start consulting my lovely friends, Nerdy, Swava, God I love you, about how to do certain things that I'm bad at the social media side of this. And I think that has shown. I'm getting there. But I have the stuff in for Poison Ivy. I even have a good clue what I'm doing with Poison Ivy. Where did I put that paper? Here. So the problem is, this is a sleeveless thing. And I've got, Wait. We're going to call it Wait. Because I know I've been cussing, but there's only so much PG-13 I'm going to handle on this channel. But the gown's supposed to be sleeveless. So I have a corset in. It does fit. It not only fits, I can cinch it if I want to, but I'm not going to, because as soon as this is not a high quality corset. This is a cheapo costume corset. It will all come flying right out. So I'm not cinching that puppy, but it does its job. So we're going to go with, I don't know how well you can see that, a straight gown. I have to drape this. I don't have patterns for this. I can't even find patterns for this. But a straight gown, stop it, focus. Straight gown like this with, I know my sketches are crap. We're going to put lacing along the sides to help tighten the gown down to where I want it, make it adjustable so that this works better. And then we will deal with the leaves, and you can see the vines back here that are supposed to be on the focus. Kyle. Thank you. Equipment. You can see the vines back here for poison ivy. I'm also going to have to do, after that, we have a fall festival at church, and whether or not we were going was kind of a crapshoot. Well, it turns out my aunt is coming in for the weekend week. Stop it! Autofocus is off, you... My aunt is coming in for that week, and she's actually going to go to the fall festival with Mom. So I have to make costumes. The kids are going to be there. They've taken pity on me this year. I don't think that's the point, but they're taking pity on me. They want pajama costumes again, and they don't want complicated ones. I've got 2 sharks and a snake. The non-verbal child likes to have tails and things on his costume, so we're going to make him a spider. But that's still not terribly complicated. I will video those. There'll probably be a bit of a speed run through some of those because it's 4 costumes. And they're all the same basic shape. I don't know where that pattern is right now, but they're basically a hooded bodysuit. I did this a few years ago. I got a bodysuit. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up on the screen in editing. But I found a bodysuit pajama pattern. We used this for Christmas pajamas one year, and I've used this a few times since. But I took that pajama suit pattern and made a hood to go on it. And that turned into a costume. Done with the right fleece and accessories and things. Like I sewed, it was a leopard, zebra. I'm sorry, the kid is not having the best of days. Leopard, zebra, mouse. There was another herbivore, and I can't remember what it was. But those were the ones we did, and all I did was I sewed this bodysuit out of the correct pattern or colored fleece. And then I took my yarn and just braided tails. And I sewed little fleece ears to go with the ones that needed ears. Like the zebra was the pain in the butt because I had to put a mane in that one. That was a lot of yarn. But that's what I'm going to have to do for the costumes for the kids. Partially for time crunch, partially because I need to start sewing through the shit in that closet. I got to stop buying more crap before I sew through stuff. I needed to buy this stuff, don't get me wrong, but Jehoshaphat, I need to start sewing through that crap. And Evelyn's shirt should be done by the Halloween stream on the 29th. Don't quote me on that. God, I hope so. If it's not, I will have a different blouse to work with. But yeah, those need to be done in October. Then we'll move on to Poison Ivy and all these other things. I just keep having my priorities shifted around here. So, I will see you on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Both, maybe. 7:30 p.m. Central on Twitch. I'm presently on an Icarus hitch. But honestly, any game that I can play with my friends, or with the guys is what I call it, because the friends I play video games with the most are actually Ash, Darwin, and D. Britton. Or whoever else they hoodwink into getting into a survival game with them, because let's face it, it's chaos. But I am moving on in Icarus and learning how to do some of the crap that I normally left to the guys. And it's been interesting. But I also play other games on Twitch. I don't have a lot of new ones right now because money, but I will get there. This payout, when I get paid this month, I'm actually buying the software so that you don't see that little watermark that used to be on my videos all the time. Isn't that lovely? I have the socials. Those are posted down below. I'm also on the RPG table playing Evelyn this year at 6:30 p.m. Central on Twitch. We are doing Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition. This year I am Evelyn, and we are getting into Chaos Corner now, so yeah, it's on Saturdays that we do the vampire game. Other than that, I will see you when I see you, and hopefully more of this stuff gets ironed out. Enjoy the chaos.